Thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Sunny J, and this is going to be an introduction to my YouTube because I've been wanting to make one for so long. I had to get over my own fears. But today, on the first episode, I want to talk about getting rid of anxiety because I've had the craziest anxiety over the past few years when it comes to creating a YouTube or having any type of online presence that I decided to delete my social media and just do YouTube. So here we are. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's something that's relatable, and I still struggle with anxiety sometimes, although it's not as bad as it used to be. But I've learned ways to cope and deal with the feeling of uncomfort, and you know how it feels when you're just like in the middle of a moment, I think there are 3 things that definitely helped me get through that. I mean, there's more than 3 things, but I just kind of wanted to break it up because this is my first video and I'm still a little nervous, believe it or not. So the first thing that I do when I realize I'm in the middle of an anxiety attack or I'm about to have a moment is what I like to call it, because I don't know if it's like me being in denial with the fact that I get anxiety too, or trying to figure out ways to, resolve it or cope with it. I don't know what to call it. But anyway, the first thing that I do is write down my thoughts. I've always been a writer, but when it comes to writing down how I feel, I tend to struggle with that. Journaling daily and things of that nature are things that I kind of slack on, if you will. Who knows why? I don't know what it is. I guess it's the fear or like getting in my own way, or just not being mindful enough to realize that is happening, I guess. But writing down my thoughts has definitely decreased my stress levels because I'm able to go back and see what I'm feeling in those moments. And I've always been someone who's an advocate for journaling and mindfulness and all that stuff, but I think writing down thing has a different effect on people. I definitely think it will work for anybody. It doesn't just have to be, a to-do list or anything like that. It could just be how you're feeling in the moment. If you're having a moment, write it down, because then that way you're able to go back and see what was making you feel like that in a sense. So write your thoughts down. Anxiety is definitely something that I feel like is more common than people realize, because I remember my first time having an anxiety attack. It was so random because it was in middle school. Okay, so long ago. I was at my best friend's house. Sosa, if you ever see this video, I don't know why I was having a panic attack in your bathroom, but so basically I went over to my best friend's house, and it was like a regular day for me. I didn't feel out of the ordinary. I wasn't feeling off. I wasn't sick or anything. It was a regular day. And I asked her to use the bathroom. So I go in her bathroom and, I do my business or whatever. But once I'm washing my hands, my heart starts beating extremely fast. Like I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what to do, but I didn't want to make a scene because I feel like it was one of the first times going over. Maybe that's why I had an anxiety attack. It just dawned on me. But anyway, this was like one of the first times going to her house. So I didn't want to make a scene, honestly. So in the bathroom, I just was breathing quietly. I had my hand clutched over my chest, just breathing because I didn't know what was going on. That was the first time that had ever happened to me. And it's crazy because I didn't experience another anxiety attack until years after that. That was the first time, but I didn't even realize what it was. This was just a reflecting moment. Right before I made this video, I thought about it. I'm like, hold on. I remember the first time I had an anxiety attack, and it was just, I didn't know what it was. But so write down your thoughts. To bring it back to the point, write down your thoughts whenever you're having a moment, or just breathe through it, to be honest, because sometimes you're all in your head and you just need to relax. That's what I have to tell myself sometimes. Just relax, calm down. It's never that deep, it's never that serious. But yeah, so the second thing, taking a walk. Yeah, whenever I am feeling a certain way, whether that's anxiety, whether somebody made me mad, whether I'm trying to figure out my next moves, whether, I just need some fresh air, I've been in the house all day, I will take a walk. Taking a walk, it doesn't solve all your problems, I'm not gonna lie, but it'll definitely make you feel better with whatever you're going through, because you kind of just get to take your mind off of it, in a sense, when you're walking around and you're seeing nature and you're seeing trees and you're spotting stuff in your neighborhood that you didn't even know was there. Like, instances like that when you're taking a walk is what can help your mind cleanse, I feel like, at least. I don't know. But yeah, so taking a walk. I remember one time I was upset. I can't remember why I was so mad, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take a walk. Why did I end up walking for 3 miles? I'm not even lying to you. I just had to walk until I wasn't mad anymore at that point. Obviously, it wasn't that deep, because I can't even remember why I was mad. But I remember in those moments, I was like, let me just take a walk. Your girl done walked to the other side of town and back, okay? 3 miles doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're walking and not even running, that is much longer. I feel like it took me maybe an hour and some change, almost 2 hours. But yeah, it was a minute. And lastly, number 3 for when you're getting rid of your anxious moments would be to call a loved one. That is something that can make you feel better, take you off of that edge. It won't be your 13th reason type of vibe. Like, call somebody you love. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was one time, oh yes, there was one time where I was having an anxiety attack, and this was like in my early 20s. So it wasn't after, the first time. It was maybe like a little bit after high school. I'm pretty sure I had anxious moments in high school too. But this was in my my early 20s. And I was with my ex-boyfriend, and we were it was at his house. Randomly, my heart starts beating extremely fast again. But this time, it was racing. Like, one of my memorable anxiety moments, which is how I know I have anxiety. But my heart was racing extremely fast, and my ex-boyfriend was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? What should I do? This and that. I'm like, I don't even know. I just need to, sorry if you hear background noise, by the way. I live in a busy area. But anyway, so I was like, I don't know what to do. Let me just call my grandmother. That was my first instinct, because I thought I was gonna die again. I have death anxiety in a sense sometimes. I don't know. Comment down below if you can relate to that, because then I'll know I found my community. I'm not really afraid to die because I know it's gonna happen, but I don't know. Anxiety makes me feel like I'm gonna die. So I called my grandmother, and I'm just telling her my heart's racing. I don't know what to do. I'm crying. It was just a moment. I was going through it, y'all. My ex-boyfriend's scared. He don't know what to do. He what's wrong with this girl? She about to die in my arms type. It was a whole situation. Excuse me. And when I called my grandmother and I let her know what was going on, she's like, you have anxiety. And for some reason, I knew I had it before, but that really, as if she diagnosed it to me or something, I really was like, dang, I do have anxiety, because I can't even calm myself down. I didn't know what to do, but talking to her and her letting me know what was going on is what really calmed me down, in a sense. She made me feel comfortable. And I don't know what she was saying and what exactly we talked about, but I remember her explaining to me what anxiety was and telling me that I'm not gonna die, basically. So once I got that under control, that's when I really started my wellness or spirituality journey, whatever you want to call it, the road to mindfulness. I feel like after that moment, I started to take my mental health more serious, because that moment, it was so scary for me. Like, I thought that I was just gonna die because my heart was racing so fast. I don't know how to explain. If you have anxiety, you know, comment down below if you have anxiety, because you're not alone. And calling my grandmother in that moment definitely eased the situation more than it would have if I didn't. So yeah, those are my 3 things that help me cope with anxiety whenever I'm feeling more anxious or, you know, just not at my best. I plan to talk more about wellness and living a healthy lifestyle on my YouTube channel, but I just didn't know where to start. And I feel like when you're thinking about wellness and mindfulness and, you know, all of the mental things, anxiety and depression are one of the first things that come to mind when you think about, you know, going through it or whatever have you. Sorry, I kind of, you know, I was thinking a lot right now, so my mind is on a track. But anyway, yeah, so I definitely want to talk more about wellness, sustainability on my channel. I'm super excited to get into it because I have been wanting to do this forever now, and I'm very excited. So hopefully you like the content thus far and you subscribe. I also do have a Patreon where I'm going to be posting my workout videos because I've been on a wellness journey and a fitness journey and all of that good stuff. So I'm posting my fitness workouts, my yoga sessions, all of that good stuff, and then, you know, like day in the life and bloopers and stuff. So if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, it's down below. I'd love to create a closer community. So yeah, thank you for watching and welcome. See you next time. Bye.